Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to Park 16 TV and North Suburban Conference Girls Basketball. And tonight is senior night, and we will be honoring two seniors who will be graduating this year.
And take a look. This is John Fromm along with Mike Resnick.
And here you see Jane Henderson, senior captain, is coming onto the floor with her mother, Julie. Go ahead.
She's been playing basketball since third grade on different house teams, and now is gearing up for high school basketball seasons. When asked what her favorite pump-up song to listen to before sporting events, she answered with the broad answer of dubstep. After she graduates in June, she's planning on going to college in the fall, but is unsure where as she's waiting for responses from the schools. Jane's favorite basketball player is Candace Wiggins because she's a feisty player, but she has grace as she plays. Her favorite memory of the season was when we painted the senior wall for Carly Christensen, and she recalls it as the funny moment when Autumn painted Tim's beard blue.
So there we have.
If she could give one piece of advice to the team before she leaves, it would be to, even if it gets hard, play through it, because at some point you regret not doing it or giving it your all. To wrap it all up, she'd like to give a big shout out to all of her coaches throughout the years, and an extra big shout out to her biggest fan, her mom.
Very nice, very nice. So a nice special moment there at the midcourt with Jane and Julie Henderson. Jane's an excellent student, John, and she's also a member of the tennis team, very active in school activities, and she's done school plays as well.
And here comes the exchange student from Chile. There you take a look at number 14, Tammy Kovacevic.
Tammy's been a great addition to the team this year. She not only did she play basketball, but she was on the math squad, she was on the soccer team, and she told the coach she can't wait till spring. She's going to be going out for the lacrosse team.
Wow, and I bet with her Chilean background, she probably was good at the foot games at soccer, but I don't know if she had time with her busy schedule.
Well, she's well liked on the team, and everybody. Now, and Tammy, you'll see as she's waving there, she is with her host mother, and that's Mary Peterson. Mary's had several, she's been a host mother to several kids, foreign exchange students, and she really enjoys it. Tammy's been keeping her on her toes, she said.
And what a pipeline for the exchange students at Park, as we have a Finnish exchange student on the hockey team in Jesper Junkala from Finland, and I know there are several. It's really nice to see.
That's great.
Hopefully the family back in Chile can get a copy of this game as well.
Tammy plans on going to the University of Chile to get her engineering degree.
Well, sounds like she wants her engineering degree from the University of Chile.
Special thanks to all the coaches and fellow teammates for being patient with her throughout the season. Thanks, Tammy.
That was nice. As you see Tammy, how excited she is as a senior, as an exchange student. Probably not an easy choice to come over as a senior as an exchange student, but what a really wonderful, touching ceremony for both Tammy as well as Jane. And you mentioned Mara, her freshman sister who was on the team. What a special memory for the Henderson girls as well as mom today. And a nice candid shot being snapped by one of the ace photographers here at Oriole Village.
That's great, and I believe that's Todd Ederer. Todd is a videographer and does some nice graphic works in his part-time, his free time. So we're going to take a break here. When we come back, the Orioles, the Lady Orioles, are hosting the Highlanders from Columbia Heights.
It's an arch rival. You might have been with us last night when Mike Resnick brought home an Oriole victory. Make sure you hop on the phone and let somebody know this one's going to be a good one. And stay tuned here on Channel 16.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. Fact is, if you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. 1 in 5 Americans is likely to develop a form of skin cancer during their lifetime. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. It could be the save of a lifetime. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. You are looking almost live in a close to capacity crowd here at the St. Louis Park Gymnasium, where tonight the Lady Orioles are hosting the Tigers the Highlanders from Columbia Heights. John, I was here last night and I got the teams mixed up. So it should be a good game. And my name's Mike Resnick, and I've got John Fromm joining me again tonight.
Happy to be here, Mike. Looking forward to night 2 of what's been 3 home games this week for the Orioles as they try to build on yesterday's win off Fridley, the overtime victory. And they've also won 2 out of the last 3 with a nice win over Blake last Saturday too, correct?
Correct. So 4 games in a week, and the Orioles are really pushing their internal fortitude tonight.
Well, and it should be a great matchup, as you and I discussed before the game, as you take a look at this, at a lot of the Orioles coming forward. These teams met earlier in January. The Orioles took a 59-51 decision over the Highlanders when they went up to Hill Country off of 694.
You know, it was quite a battle. It really was a physical game, and I think you're going to see that again tonight. It's the Highlanders are a very aggressive team, and the Orioles have really picked up their aggressiveness as well, and they've seen the results in the last week here, beating Blake and beating last night, beating Columbia Heights in overtime. John, they won by 6 points, outscoring the Tigers 10-4.
Yeah, and I didn't have a chance to be here last night, but you strapped on the headset and told me it was 10-4 in the overtime scoring and a really balanced attack. And Mara Henderson, the freshman who's been the leading scorer from her guard position, was out last night and is not available again tonight. So all hands on board the Senshin ship tonight as Tim Shenton tries to bring this ship into port tonight.
Good call, John, and it'll be an interesting matchup. Both teams have identical records in the conference as well as out of the conference. So non-conference games, they're similar. And here we go. We're getting set for the tip-off. It'll be Afanlada and Nagorski going for the tip. Orioles have won 40% of the tips this year. And, violation. So the ball will go to the Orioles.
And that was Thomas, I think, who was in the circle there, imaginary circle.
You're right.
Ahead of time. For the Highlanders, the lineup is number 11, Dixon, along with Thomas in the backcourt, Liebelt, Graham, and then Ifanlada at the center. Number 42 has been playing really well for the Highlanders, Coach Paterka told me.
Correct. So it'll be Amy Schultz throwing the ball in, and that's Caitlin Ederer over the timeline. Ederer finds Jane Henderson, who's playing in place of her injured sister Mara Henderson at that sprained ankle. Jane goes up and under. She shot it under the basket, and ball will go to the Highlanders. And that's number 11, Dixon. She yo-yos it over to, that's Liebelt, if I have the right pronunciation there. Oh, and a trip goes, and the ball goes out of bounds. Couple tangled. No one touched it. It's Oriole basketball.
It looked like Resnick got caught up with Dixon there as Nini and Lauren played a little twister board right near the free throw line there. So
you are correct. So Eder over to Schultz. Schultz on the wing. She looks into Skylar. Skylar, oh, nice backdoor to Schultz. And no basket. So that is the first backdoor play I think the Orioles have actually completed all year. And we've been asking for that, and they actually executed it. Tim Senshin calling 3 of the girls over. And here you see the play. Nice bounce pass from Nagorski to Schultz. And Schultz is on the line shooting 2. Ooh, first one's in and out.
And that's Dixon's first personal for the Highlanders.
It's a good call, and team first. So 17:30 left, 0-0. Amy shooting the second of 2. And that's good. So Orioles break the ice first, 1-0. Try to give you a hockey analogy, John, as the voice of the Oriole hockey team.
Orioles are pitching a shutout so far.
And that's 42.
Ifanlada.
Yeah. Jane Henderson gets her first rebound. She's bringing it up, trying to dribble through the press. Now she's in trouble. Finds Resnick. Resnick goes down to Schultz, and she brings it in. She corrals, double teamed, triple team now. Somebody should be open. She finds Resnick, and a quick swing over to Jane Henderson. Finds Caitlin Ederer. Caitlin dribble drive. She tries to go up and under. She gets blocked. Schultz is there with the rebound. She goes up, and it's good.
Good follow that sequence that time. Nice to see by Amy.
So the Orioles are now up 3-0, and they apply their own pressure. There's Dixon. Dixon yo-yo. She comes through, top of the key. Oh, and she tries to get it through, and that was Graham. Graham couldn't handle it, but she chases it down. Oh, and then we've got a travel call. I think she tried to take the trip. I don't believe her bags are packed, John.
Her bags were packed. She was ready to hop on board, but there were some flight delays.
Well, there is going to be a big storm this weekend. We might get to that later. So Ederer, oh, nice bounce pass to the elbow. This is the keeper play. Here we go. Skylar, oh, and she travels. She switched her pivot foot, and Coach Senshin is asking the girls to wake up. I'm not sure what he missed or what the girls missed, but obviously they didn't get what he was trying to call.
Some good full court pressure here. Nice pick set that time by Lebo. That'll free Nixon.
Oh, I thought she dragged her pivot foot.
Oh,
and that's Afonlada, and she's on the board. Is that her?
Yeah, that's her hoop, number 42, the big center, the 5'10" young girl. Coach Carol Paterka was telling me she's just done great things the last 3 weeks. And that's pocketed 14 a game the last 3 weeks for the Highlanders.
Yep, she's on fire. You know, the first game they played, she actually had a very active game. She couldn't get her shots to drop.
Okay.
So it was a good game up in Columbia Heights. Orioles taking that one. They won by 8. There you go, inbound, inlet right into Skylar. Skylar kicks it back to Resnick. Resnick finds Ederer from 3. Ederer misses. No rebound for the Orioles. It goes to Dixon, and Dixon pushing it up quick.
Great ball movement by the Orioles. Even though they didn't materialize in a hoop, 5-6 passage. Nice steal that
steal
time.
by Ederer, but no Orioles there. Oh, there we go. Resnick goes to the floor. She steals it. She goes to the ground and gives it off to drop pass over to Amy Schultz. Almost a handoff, and that still counts.
Right, Adrian Peterson up the middle for 5 there.
I liked it, the crossbuck. Ederer with the left-hand dribble. She gets blocked, and they call a foul, and that's 42, Afonlada. Her first, team second.
And that'll be an interesting matchup. Coach Paterka was telling me LaFonda is handling most of their rebounding duties. She also has a lot of the bulk down low for the Highlanders as you take a look at her right there. So somebody the Orioles might want to try to get in foul trouble tonight.
It's a great call out, John. So Caitlin's on the line shooting 2. She misses the first one. Orioles are struggling a little bit from the line.
Yeah, we forgot to count those missed ones there. So but yeah, go ahead. 2 for 4 so far on the line for the Orioles.
So Caitlin shooting the second of 2. We had a substitution there as we were discussing the free throw situation. That's Abigail Olson, number 45, is now in for Amy Schultz. Caitlin's shooting the second of 2. Just a little short.
Nice board that time defensively.
Afonlada clears the boards, and it's 3-2 Orioles here at the 15-minute mark. And that's Graham. Resnick with the rebound, and she's pushing it up the floor. They've got numbers. A quick pass to Abigail Olson, who does a spin, a drive, and no basket, and Resnick goes up, and she tips it out of bounds.
Boy, nice duck under move that time by Abby. She wasn't able to get the roll on that, and a nice aggressive follow by Lauren.
I'm not sure if Abby's old enough to remember Sweet Lou. That wasn't Sweet Lou move, or what was it? Well, there we go. Olsen with the steal. She's going in strong and misses the layup, but Skylar Nagorski tips it to her, and Abigail Olsen is on the board. The Orioles up 5-2. And she blows right. Afonlada blows right by Olsen. Olsen's trying to get back on defense. Here we go. And that's Dixon at the top. She's controlling the game. You're watching North Suburban clash here between St. Louis Park and Columbia Heights, and that's Afonlada. Yeah. Boy, is she dialed in.
Boy, love to see that sequence. She drops the right-hand dribble down, crosses over, and then pops the 15-footer in. Nice work.
So now they're in the press, and the Orioles trying to break the press. Skylar Nagorski finds the cross court over to Caitlin Ederer on the left side. Left-hand dribble, she comes in, a little cross step, and it's good. Ederer.
Things in harmony as the Orioles up 7-4 early.
There we go.
Yeah, turned that ball over that time, and she definitely carried it.
She did. So we're at the 14:09 mark, and we're going to have some substitutions. We've got Autumn Ballesteros is now in for Jane Henderson, and we've got Amy Schultz coming in for Skylar Nagorski. So Orioles are now going with Schultz, Resnick, Ederer, Olsen, and Ballesteros.
No change for the Highlanders. They pretty much have a 6-7 woman lineup out here. We'll see what Coach Paterka chooses to run and how she sequences. Good motion offense so far by the Orioles.
There you go. Bounce pass. Oops, sorry.
Highlanders still playing with that tough man-to-man. Nice dip down low to
Abby Olsen.
Abby Olsen.
She lays it short. And that's Dixon pushing it up again. Dixon really trying to keep this tempo up. Resnick guarding Graham. And Resnick steals the ball from Graham. Oh, and then
Seibel with this steal back away down low to Dixon. Dixon, tough shot.
There you go. And that's Eder on the rebound. And she's being pressed by 3. Now here we go. Schultz. She pushes it up. Now we've got numbers. She finds Resnick on the base. Resnick goes in left and she gets blocked. Could have been a foul, but they let it go. And now that's Thomas. Thomas going in on Eder. She throws up a wild left-handed shot, and nobody boxes out 42. That's LaFonda. I'm sorry, Ifonda. I'm going to mess her name up all night. I apologize, folks.
Well, it's hard.
Oh, Abby has underneath. Finds Resnick, and Resnick makes the basket. So Resnick from Olsen, and timeout to the Highlanders. And John and I are going to try and get caught up here.
There was like 5 possessions in about 20 seconds, and you couldn't even analyze anything. Nice sequence down there, and Lauren able to finish quite nicely that time. For the Highlanders early on, as you see Carol Paterka, their head coach, as Mike mentioned, both teams coming into the game with 4 victories on the season, a couple in conference. Common opponents this week in Fridley, but I also noticed early on that the Highlanders locked up with Blake in a game that Blake defeated them, and the Orioles had a nice victory, as you mentioned, last Saturday against Blake on the road.
Yep, they went to the Blake Bear House, and I haven't been in that gym in quite a while. I think that gym's got to be 100 years old. It was very nostalgic. They had the old-fashioned clock in, and you know, Blake has a new coach they picked up, and he actually used to coach in the park travel program. He did a nice job there, and I'm sorry his name is slipping me now, but so you know, you thought with some familiarity with some of the Park girls, he might have had some coaching tips, but the Orioles held on and battled through some tough plays, and I think Abby fouled out of the game, and possibly Jane as well. So Orioles dealing with some foul trouble as of late, but they've managed to persevere.
Well, and you know, we talked about this briefly with Mara being out, who's the Orioles' leading scorer last night and as well as tonight. Really an opportunity for a lot of the girls to grab a lot more minutes and a chance to step up. And at times, perhaps, the girls have looked a lot towards Mara to handle a lot of the scoring role. But with her out of the game, the big advantage for Senshin and the crew is it's going to be much more of a balanced attack, I would think, too.
Well, you're right, John. It's earlier in the season when Mara was scoring 20 points a game, the girls just kind of sat and watched her. And then when she did pass it, some of them might not have been ready. So now this forces everyone to be accountable. So we're at the 12:50 mark, and the Highlanders are trying to break out an aggressive zone there. Oh, and there's going to be a foul, and I can't see. Is that Caitlin or Lauren? Let's see who they got on that one. Here's the replay.
I think they got, Dixon goes with the left hand dribble
that goes
drive.
on Olsen, actually.
Oh, it was on Abby. Okay.
And that's her first foul, and I believe the team first foul. And Dixon goes to the charity stripe, shooting 2. Dixon did a lot of damage in the first game, and she misses the first one.
She's averaging 6.5 a game from her point guard position for them.
She had a couple of 3-pointers against the Park Orioles the first time in their house, and really controlled the tempo like she's doing tonight. Second one looks, and it's good. So we brings the score to 9-5. Orioles up. There's Autumn Ballesteros. She finds Caitlin in the corner. Caitlin quickly swings it to Amy. Amy pulls up for the jumper. It's short. Caitlin gets the rebound. It goes off. Caitlin shoots it, misses, and Abby goes to the floor. Now she can't hang on, and it's a little bit of a scrum down there, but Dixon comes out with it. Dixon pushes it up. Cross-court pass. Nobody on the Fondada. And that's Thomas, who swings it over back to Dixon. Here's
Afonlada, possible travel there.
And there's that 3 we were talking about. No backspin on it, though. We're fortunate, but nobody boxes out. There's Resnick. She goes to chase it down, and Lauren brings the ball up the floor.
Long rebound that time, and LaFonlada able to corral another one. I think that might be her 3rd or 4th already.
She's very active out there, and that's somebody's not boxing her out, John. Either that or with these long rebounds.
Yeah.
The long shots cause long rebounds, and so you have to be able to chase these girls all over. So Resnick over to Eder. She finds Amy at the free throw line. Amy takes a dribble drive. She can't convert, and Afonlada gets the rebound. Autumn Ballesteros is all over the floor, covering a lot of territory. Autumn had about 4 steals last night that were crucial, and a couple big free throws in the overtime last night. Oh, and she's going to get caught for the bump.
Yeah, she's really a high energy player. As you and I mentioned before, I love to watch her play the game, and she's always high octane. She did have a little contact that time, as we're going to have a throw in on the side, as that's the first one on Autumn.
Yep, and so we've got a substitution now. Jane Henderson, Hondo Henderson, the gunslinger, she comes in for Amy Schultz at the 11:38 mark. Dixon over to, I think that's Thomas. Thomas tries, and they caught her slicing. Rebound high off the board, and that's Jane Henderson who comes down with it. Jane controls the dribble. She's being pressed by Liebelt.
Jane, the only senior who sees significant minutes for the Orioles, is you and I mentioned really the youngest team we think possibly in the state, with nothing but freshmen and sophomores. And here's one of those special sophomores, Lauren Resnick, tries it from trifecta land and just rims out.
Yeah, Lauren had a nice three-pointer last night, and she's trying to continue her streak. Beautiful cross-court pass.
Beautiful pass by Nene Dixon on that assist there, and you got to hand it to her.
Dixon seeing the floor well, and we're just not getting the help defensively underneath. So now they swing it around. That's Eder at top of the key. She goes to Ballesteros. Ballesteros to Eder. Eder swings it over nicely. They're really, and Resnick tries to force it in, and that's a steal by Thomas, and she goes in, and she makes the basket. So not the results we were looking for.
Nice steal that time, though. Got to give credit where credit is due.
True, and it's tied now. We're at 9-9 at the 10.5 mark. Audie goes baseline. Autumn tries to go in the Valley of the Giants, and she shoots it right into the hands of number 20, Liebelt.
Yeah, the Redwoods took a hold over there, but I really love that she took the dribble drive on the baseline that time. She did have an opening.
And 32 in the game now, and that is Bourne. Bourne is a 9th grader, and she finds herself free on the baseline, and she records a basket. Orioles are now down by 2, 9-11.
Bourne's that freshman that Coach Paterka was telling me about. She's 6'2", and she's the heir apparent in the middle to take over. They run a twin tower setup as well.
So a beautiful exchange there. Lauren goes up for the three, just misses. Abigail Olson with the offensive rebound. She goes up strong, and she gets her second basket of the night, I believe. Is that her first basket?
Yeah, that's her second. Abby's got 4 already, and really a spread-out attack for the Orioles as Abby's got 4. Amy comes at it with 3, including a free throw, and then Lauren with a hoop, and Caitlin's got a hoop. So
balanced attack, and this is the Orioles mantra as of late. If you look last night, Resnick had 11. I think Ederer had 5. You had Autumn Ballesteros with 6. Amy Schultz had 6. So really, hopefully with this kind of an attack, the opposing coaches will not know who to guard.
Well, and you and I think this is our second game together, but you're third overall announcing. But obviously you've been at almost every game. I'm just so enthused by the youth and energy, and with all the adversity the girls and their parents and the community have suffered relating to the girls basketball program, with what's happened in the last 10 months, it seems like a lot of positivity to build on in the last week, even though 2 out of 3 games have been victories. But you mentioned even on Tuesday against Benilde, there was really a high energy effort early on as the Orioles took it to Benilde early on, which forced an early timeout for the Red Knights. So
it's a good call, and the Red Knights were not ready for that attack, and I think they were out there expecting having Mara there. Mara wasn't there, and Jane stepped up. Here we go. Dixon bringing it over the timeline, and the Orioles are really pressuring the ball. And we've got a substitution now for the Orioles. That's number 24, Addie Mae Perkins is in the game. Skylar Nagorski gives a swat. She comes down with the rebound. I believe she's fouled, and that should be Liebelt. Let's see who they give it to.
I think it is on 20, Liebelt. I tell you, Skylar really contested that shot initially, caused the miss by Liebelt, and then Liebelt with frustration caused a foul. So good job by Nagorski.
Good call. So Resnick inbounding. That's Autumn Ballesteros over the timeline. Audie penetrates. She kicks it out to Addie Mae Perkins. They call her AP. AP on the wing. There you go. Amy Schultz on the elbow. Back to AP. AP wide open. Doesn't look to shoot though. We've got to get those girls in the triple threat. And she's fouled, but they don't call it. Autumn squeezes through, kicks it to Resnick. Resnick left-handed drive. She shoots, no foul. And rebound goes to Ifanlada.
Yeah, Lauren had that shot really contested down low. Nice move on the right hand by Thomas.
And I think that's going to be on Skylar Nagorski. She gave her a little forearm shiver.
I don't know if we'll have the replay of that down low, but it looked to me like Thomas took that entry pass and actually did a ball fake to her right that caused the Oriole player to switch off defensively. Let's take a look at the sequence on the entry pass.
It looked like AP bid on that one. So now we've got Thomas on the line shooting 2. She misses the first one. And we've got a substitution for the Orioles, and that's Abigail Olson now in for Lauren Resnick. And at 9:12, we've got 11-11, and another barn burner here, back-to-back nights here in the St. Louis Park Gymnasium. And she misses the second one, and Nagorski goes, but she can't get it. Oh, and wide open for Bourne, and she gets the basket. You know, that was just a case of two girls chasing the ball and nobody boxing out Bourne, and she wiggled her way right in. And now the Orioles are down 11-13. And Schultz travels, and there's a turnover.
So a nice sequence for the Highlanders as they're able to corral the first lead of the game here as the Orioles make another substitution. It'd be interesting to watch that Bourne matchup down low with Nagorski and see who has the advantage there. Bourne, only the freshman, as we talked about. She's got a height advantage on Skylar, but Skylar is an aggressive post defender. We'll have to watch that.
Wide open. Grab that ball, girls. There we go. Autumn, look at her pushing up the floor. I think she's going coast to coast, John. And yes, Autumn, coast to coast. Again, Autumn transferred back about a year ago from Apple Valley. Family moved to St. Louis Park, and she's really made a lot of friends and a good impact on not only the basketball team, but the soccer team. Oh, and there's a push call. She'll be shooting two, and it's Jane Henderson, I believe, the senior captain. That'll be her first foul, I believe. Yes, it is. Team fourth foul. So fouls are at 4-3, and we find Dixon back on the line. It's good. You know, I'm really impressed, John, with what Coach Peterka has done with this team, because the first game they were all over the floor. It was really helter-skelter, and they're playing very poised, very in control, and Dixon does it again. So now the lead goes to 2, 15-13. Addie Mae Perkins pushing it up to Autumn Ballesteros. Autumn, nice dribble drive. Here we go. Kicks it in. Abigail Olson finds, that's Addie Mae Perkins. She tries to hand it over, and she turns the ball over.
Nice takeaway that time by Thomas. She almost turns it over again down there. Just 8:15 remaining in the first half here.
Oh, she throws her. Oh, and they bailed her out. Oh, they calling a charge? I think they called the charge. Skylar Nagorski, a beautiful play.
She really did take the charge beautifully. Look, as you see Thomas going left to right, you can see she's got her feet planted.
Oh,
boom.
Beautiful. And she was outside of the lane, John.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I've been calling for quite a while now is in the high school level, they should have that little arc underneath the basket like they do in the pros.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And then it takes away some of the question. It won't be so subjective. So we had a substitution here real quick, and that's now we've got Caitlin Eder back in for Addie Mae Perkins, who gave the Orioles some valuable minutes. Here's Caitlin on the side, Caitlin on the left. As she finds, and Skylar couldn't get it. It looked like Bourne might have given her a little poke check there.
Yeah, good hands by Bourne to cause that turnover.
3-point shot, no good. Skylar Nagorski gets it. She finds Eder. Eder is pushing it up.
You know, since Bourne has entered the game, and the Highlanders have a little more size there, but nice drive that time. And beautiful hoop that time.
So Eder ties the game up, and now we've got Henderson doing a full court press on Dixon. I believe I think they figured out if you pressure Dixon, they don't have any other point guards on this team. So apply the pressure there.
Yeah, even though Thomas is smaller in stature, as you see her on.
Travel.
Oh, there's a travel.
She got by.
About that pivot foot move.
My goodness, that was a buy one, get one, John. And they throw the ball out of bounds. So the Orioles force a turnover. 7:15 left, tie game, and that's Lauren Resnick checking in for Skylar Nagorski.
Watch this play
here.
We go. Watch her.
One. Oh, did she hang on?
Maybe she did. I don't know if you could see. You couldn't see the referee's face, but the ref was kind of shaking her head. No, that was a funny sequence. We're all locked up here. 7:10 to go in the first half here at St. Louis Park High.
Jane picks up the dribble, and she had nowhere to go. Finds Caitlin. Caitlin on the left. Lauren's trying to post up Bourne, and they've got the double team. She's asking for it. No, goes cross court to Autumn Ballesteros. Keeps her pivot. There's Jane Henderson. Resnick posting up again. She and Bourne are battling. And Jane Henderson, she can't get it in.
Very active hands that time.
And the press, and she throws it off of Abigail. So
Yvonne led with really active hands causing that turnover as well. And Bourne did on the sequence before. Since they've put Bourne in the game and run almost a two-post system down low, they're packing it in down there, and they're showing the Orioles and saying, you're going to have to beat us from outside because we're going to shut everything down on the interior on you.
And just as you say that, Bourne gets replaced by Graham. So maybe the Orioles will have a better opportunity now with her on the bench. So Caitlin presses the ball, and that's Liebelt bringing it over. Liebelt going all the way off the backboard. No good. Resnick with a good box out. She gets the rebound. She's pressed by Graham. Gives it over to Jane Henderson, who picks up her dribble.
Good call by Jane to ask for Lauren to come back and help her there.
So Resnick bringing it over. She's hawked by Dixon. Now they're in a 2-3. It looks like a soft 2-3.
Yeah.
And Caitlin taking time. Nobody on the high post. They're waiting. There's Caitlin. She's her feet weren't set. She could have shot a 3 there.
Well, another advantage the Orioles have is they're playing 7, 8, 9 players, and the Highlanders are only playing 6. So when they press, they really are going to tire, I think, as the game goes on, and you're going to see them playing a lot more 2-3 zone, if not a 1-2-2 or whatnot. So good. And as you know, it's a lot tougher to play defense, and you use a lot more energy as Jane tries a sweep shot underneath that isn't able to fall.
Yeah, you got to go up stronger than that, John. That's just not going to work on this in this game. So Jane misses the shot. Dixon comes down, and then she gets fouled by Henderson, and I think that's a frustration play where she knew she was beat, and she just stopped it. But the good news is she didn't let her get the shot off for the 3-point play.
Her second on Jane. Jane kind of bailed her out there because I really thought that pass was going to go out of bounds.
She left it. Oh, and now we've got Addie Mae Perkins back in. She's in for Caitlin Ederer. We're at the 5:46 mark here in the first half. 15-15 in beautiful downtown St. Louis Park, Minnesota. And off. Oh, they said that was off Henderson, and they'll stay with Dixon.
Well, I'll tell you what, Thomas had great interior position on that inside rebound over Jane that time, and really nice job by the Highlanders getting some inside position. I know boxing out is imperative, especially when you're undersized, especially in the interior spots.
Well, I think the key is, and Resnick gets the tip of that. I'm not sure if that was Resnick or if it was Olsen, but from our angle, it looked like it might have been Lauren. Substitution there, we had Amy Schultz come in for Jane Henderson, and now we've got Big Sky Walker Nagorski is back in for Abigail Olsen.
Yep, and we'll see if they try to incorporate Skylar more in the offense. When we had her early on in the season, we had, I think, that game against Irondale here, and she, I think, hit 4 baskets down on the baseline on her jump shot. We'll see if they can run anything down. Nice pick that time set by Skylar.
She didn't roll out of it. Let's see if Addie Mae Perkins gets the ball back. She goes to the top. That's Resnick. Resnick looking. She finds Autumn Ballesteros on the right. They're double teaming in Skylar every time they're sagging in, so Skylar is not there. There we go. She tried to get it. There's Skylar. She goes to the right, kicks it out to Resnick. Resnick dribble drive. She pulls up for the runner. It's no good. Skylar with the rebound, and she gets fouled.
Good position by Skylar. She wanted that more. She got that rebound. Good for her.
Yep. So that was a good recognition, and Skylar staying active on the boards tonight, and looking good. So we've got Resnick with the inbounds pass. Let's see where they go. Oh, Addie Mae Perkins is talking to the coach, and they're going 4-on-5 right now.
Yeah, 4-on-5.
And Skylar wide open, just outside the elbow. She can't make it. Somebody goes over the back. Addie Mae Perkins gets it. She gets fouled. Oh, boy.
Leibelt went over the back, and you can see Carol Paterka with her hands raised in the air saying, gang, get your hands up. Let's play vertical defensively. Let's stop the reaching.
There you see the miss by Nagorski. Resnick gets the rebound, but tips it over to, and see the foul there, John. You had Leibelt never left her feet. She brought her arm down. As soon as you bring your arm down, that's when you're going to get the fall.
Right.
So AP on the line, shooting 2. First one is good.
And great position for Lauren on the offensive board there. She was literally the only one that could have corralled that.
Lauren's having a good year rebounding. Outside of the 2 bigs, Lauren's the next highest rebounder on the team.
Well, I always think rebounding is, you watch the Gophers with Mbakwe, and that's really the hard hat position. That's a position in basketball where, regardless of size, I mean, take a look at Dennis Rodman when he played. It's a matter of will and wanting it and being able to take those high elbows and take some bumps and bruises.
You're right. So we had a substitute. Addie Mae makes the second of 2. Orioles now lead by 2. And we had Caitlin Ederer report in for Autumn Ballesteros. Oh, and they break the press easily. Orioles coming back.
Thomas
Graham.
kicks it. Oh, nice entry
inside.
to Bourne.
Bourne came back in the game, and she goes right over Ederer. And now the score's 17-17. Caitlin with the left-hand dribble. She's being hawked there. Oh, finds Skylar. Skylar over to Amy Schultz. Back to the top. That's Ederer. Ederer waiting.
I'm not surprised they brought Bourne back into the lineup. That seems that even though she's considered the 6th man, she's got 6 points already in the game from her interior spot for them.
Yep. Good call. So Ederer taking your time. Orioles very patient at this point, working the ball, not forcing anything. Resnick on the base. I thought she had a shot. Oh, she gets bumped off the ball. They go to the floor. Jump ball possession goes to Columbia Heights.
It looked like Lauren might have either run into or might have been a reach that time. I'm not sure. That wasn't called on Afonlada, but.
Yep, you're right. And I like the fact that they're attacking her, because if they can get her out of the game, the complexion of this game will change quickly.
I think
Afonlada
and Bourne, if you can get one of them saddled with some fun. There's only 4 minutes remaining in the half, but good shot. And we got a personal foul whistle this time on Lauren Resnick, just her first.
Lauren's first, team 6, and both teams have 6 fouls. We're tied up at 17. You can see the stack play here at half court in front of the parent section.
Oh, nice picks that time, set a double pick. Thomas going down that right baseline, crosses over to the left hand.
Oh, there we go, and we've got Leibolt. Leibolt, she finds Thomas. Thomas into Bourne. Bourne tries to muscle up against Nagorski. She was going nowhere. The Nagorski wall was there.
Yeah, and Skylar's playing behind her. Bourne's got a height advantage, and Skylar's behind her.
That's
nice.
Graham.
Yes.
Coming off the pick and pulling up for a nice jumper. You know, on that play, it looked like Lauren got picked. Nobody switched. Nobody called the pick.
Right.
And we didn't get any help. So Resnick inbounds to Skylar. Skylar's got a bounce. If she gets fouled, that should be 22. And it's 1-1. Nagorski will go back to the charity stripe.
And she really got bailed out in a way there because it was a triple teaming scenario down there. I think the Highlanders would have probably forced the turnover if they would have held that for a second.
Here you're going to see the replay. Resnick with a nice right-handed bounce pass. Skylar
so
caught
good
it.
at that.
And we've got Skylar shooting 1-1. First one, no good. Resnick not in position. Or that was Eder, I'm sorry. So now we've got, that's Thomas bringing it up. Thomas is now the point with Dixon out of the game. And this would be a good opportunity for the Orioles. So, yeah, it looked like a carry. Resnick hawking her. And now she picks it up. Almost a 5 count. Ooh, and I thought that was a carry by Thomas. Oh, that got in too easy to Bourne. And there's a Fonlada. She pulls up. She goes hard off the rim. Resnick gets it. Nope, she kicks it over, and that's Nagorski coming up with the ooh. And Lauren travels. She had Caitlin for a second.
Yeah, and she wasn't quite positive whether she was going to go further down on the wing or cross court it there. But just 3:05 remaining as you get a good look at the sophomore Lauren Resnick out there for the Orioles. Just a reminder that this is the last home game of the year for the girls program, but they have, I believe, 3 road games next week. If you want to come watch the traveling road show, hit up to gopark.org to check out the schedule, gopark.org.
Yeah, and you know, we can't say it enough, folks. Get out and support the local teams. You'll really have a good time. Oh, and that's going to be a second or third foul on Lauren. That'd be second foul. And the Orioles are just out of position right now, John. They're battling, but not in the position they need to be. So Orioles down 17-19. Abigail Olson checking in, and she's coming in for Amy Scholes. And we've got 2 minutes, 49 seconds left in the game, and that's 22. Elise Graham on the line, and I believe she's shooting 1-1 on the bonus here.
This here's taking a foul shot here. I like her green socks that she's got there. Yes, nice color coordination.
You know, she is the fashionista on the team.
She's got the green socks and a little bit of pink in the stripage there. Paul, I don't know if you can have anybody zoom on that, but you don't often see that. She's probably got some Irish blood in her.
She might. It's that time of the year, right? Shamrock Shakes around the corner.
March 17th is near. Tell you what, it is so quiet when either team shoots a free throw this game. Normally there's some type of noise either way.
Yeah.
We think Tiger Woods is ready to tee off.
We need the golf clap. So now we've got Eder to Resnick. Resnick goes to Skylar Nagorski. Nagorski, Resnick, back to Eder. They're playing catch. There's Resnick. She's got the open inside 3. No good, but there's, good. Addie Mae Perkins keeps it in. And then 22, and that's Graham. Graham over to Thomas. Thomas will bring it up. And Dixon is spending an extended time on the bench. I expected to see her back here to finish off the half. Oh, there's an illegal pick by Graham, but she doesn't get called. Oh, and a bump by Afonda. Olsen goes straight down, and a wide open shot. Oh, nobody rebounds. Afonda does back there.
She's got 5 or 6. Oh, nobody on the foul line. 15-footer.
And there's no good. And the Orioles are what do we got to call
Bourne? I think that's on Bourne on a reach in there. She tried to get a handle on Nagorski. And 32, the freshman Bourne going to get saddled.
I got to tell you, Skylar Nagorski's playing a very solid game, and she's going to go back to the line. Let's hope she can make at least the first one. And we've got Autumn Ballesteros coming back in for Addie Mae Perkins. We've got 2 minutes exactly on the clock. Orioles down by 4. Nagorski can cut that to 2.
Very hotly contested game. Teams are very evenly matched, and with Bourne in the lineup with them, it's really a good challenge for the Orioles to get any interior scoring.
Oh, high off the backboard, doesn't go in. Oh, and then Abigail Olson goes over the back.
Yeah, 45 there.
You know, the Orioles just have been out of position tonight. It's unfortunate because I think they're better than what they're showing us tonight.
And I think that's Abby's second, and that's going to take the ball all the way down as we're in the 1-1 here. As we're going to take a chance to look at the 5'10" center for the Highlanders is going to plop down some foul shots here.
First one, no good. And Olsen gets the rebound. She's looking right, over the back. And that's Lee Bolt. And that should be her second foul, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look. That puts them at 9. Still 1-1.
I have it as her third.
You're
yeah,
right.
I had it as her third. So 20s. She doesn't have any points for them, but nice to get her out, and a nice job by Peterka, able to realize that as Carol talks to the
She's pleading her case, and it's going nowhere, John.
She's saying, hey, I'm a former Golden Gopher star.
That's right. You can't use your Gopher status here.
Right.
All right, so we've got Abigail Olsen on the line. She'll be shooting 1-1. First one. It's good. So she closes the gap to 3 points. It's 18-21 Highlanders. Highlanders making that trip down Central Avenue over to 694, down Highway 100 to beautiful confines of St. Louis Park Gymnasium. 1:57 left. Olsen second of 2. Oh, it's in and out.
Just in and out there.
And the Orioles continue to struggle in the first half. And that's Dixon bringing it over the timeline. She's yo-yoing it. Right-hand power dribble. Almost had a 5 count.
And Autumn really doing a nice job. Pushes her down to the baseline. Oh, a nice right-hand move.
Off the backboard. Tipped again. There's Autumn goes to the floor. She comes up with it. Look at that. She's the little fire.
She's the smallest one on the court, but she's got probably one of the biggest hearts, that's for sure. Number 32 there.
There you go. So Resnick to Ballesteros. That's Caitlin Etter driving left. She goes high off the board. Can't get it in. And just a little too high off the backboard, and a little English. Oh, nobody back, and they didn't see Thomas. She was wide open. A lot of territory down there.
Love to token pressure. The Orioles have been pressuring all half now, and with Autumn on her as well. And we'll see in the second half if that wears down the Highlanders at all.
Banging Olsen down, got her really deep, and there's Resnick with the rebound. And here we go. The Orioles are off to the races. Resnick surveying the land.
Only 1 minute remaining in the first half now.
1 minute. Your good call. Oh, and Abby can't hang onto the ball, and Autumn made a good pass.
She was double teamed there by Bourne and Islandada, and there's just nothing she could do with the height mismatch there.
Orioles have been struggling a little bit getting it to the post. And now it's 43 seconds left. Highlanders up by 3. Inbound pass. Caitlin from behind. And basket no good. Resnick with the rebound. And she pushes it up again with 34 seconds left. She looks like she's coming hard. She loses it. Or was that a pass? Nope, she lost it.
I thought that was almost a behind the back or over the head, behind the head
I don't know that Tim coaches that, but it looked like she tried to get away with something there. 21 seconds left. Three-point lead, and they're going to go for one. Afonlada over to Bourne. Bourne looking for Dixon. Dixon wasn't paying attention. That's Graham. Resnick on her. And there's Caitlin Etter with a little poke check, and she almost gets called for the foul.
Only 7 seconds now.
Thomas doesn't realize how much time is there. Autumn Ballesteros picks it up. Dead. That should be a double dribble. She lets it go, and no good. So at the end of regulation of the first half, Orioles 18, Highlanders 21. And John, again, a sloppy first half. This is the second night in a row where the Orioles just struggle in the first half, and now they're going to have some work to do coming out of the locker room.
Well, but you know what? I think a hotly contested first half, some good things for both teams to look at. You take a look at the scoring picture and the foul picture for the Highlanders. Both of their big people, number 32 Bourne, the freshman who came off the bench, she's got 6 with only 1 foul. And we called her name a lot in the first half because Coach Peterka mentioned that she's been doing a great job. Shewa Efalandada.
Afonlada.
I think I gave her an extra duh there.
That's
Sorry
all right.
about that. She's also got 6. But for the Orioles, a really balanced attack, as you talked about. Caitlin's got 4. Lauren's got 2, and Skylar's got a point. Amy coming in with 3, and Abby's got 5. Autumn got that nice hoop on that drive all the way down the court, and Addie May, a couple missed foul shots. Only one in foul trouble really in the game, as we saw towards the end of the half, is Jane had to come out with her 3rd foul. So anybody's game as we head into the second half. These teams are really evenly matched, and I know you've got 3 road games next week for the girls before the playoffs start. Any idea how the section's looking, Mike, or what you're looking at for that?
I heard that there's a chance this year that instead of facing Hopkins, the Orioles could face either Minnetonka or Wayzata. So, kind of a mixed blessing. We don't have to face Hopkins right away the way it's set up right now. But Minnetonka's been playing excellent. They've got a girl who's already committed to the Gophers.
Oh, really? Okay.
And Wayzata's been playing excellent ball too. So, I don't know that there's a preferred matchup, but it'll be good for the girls to continue continue to get this experience. We've only seen growth over the past few weeks, and even from the beginning of the year, where the girls were having a hard time breaking the press. Now they're breaking the press with ease. They're running their offensive sets. They're mixing up a few different defenses, and we've had some girls getting some extended minutes now that weren't seeing minutes in the beginning, and with the loss of Mara recently, that's giving other girls opportunities, and I think that's only going to make the team better. If these girls can each figure out a way to contribute and find their spots and their roles, that's only going to make the girls better. And like I said, they've got a lot of good things to look forward to with most of these girls coming back.
Yeah, for at least 2 more years, because almost all of them are sophomores, if not freshmen. Before we step away for halftime, just wanted to give, if Paul could put up the graphic, if you do want to order a copy of tonight's game, you can go to ParkTV.org. ParkTV.org. You can watch almost all games or on demand through that website as well, as Paul usually has them up within a day or two, and you can watch them for free on demand. If you do want to order a DVD, $15 for a DVD. If you buy 3 or more, it's $10 a piece. So any Columbia Heights fans or St. Louis Park fans, if you got some grandparents, I know it's a great way. And if you've got any feedback on the broadcasts or comments, make sure they're positive comments if they're geared towards the announcers. But you can give Paul a call at 952-924-2635, and I'm sure he'd love to hear. As we got Paul running his 4th game in 4 nights, and he told me he's got another game tomorrow that he and Misty are doing. I guess people don't realize that there's so many events that we cover through Park 16, and a lot of volunteer announcers like yourself and myself, but it's a lot of events to put on. So
it's a good call. So we'll see you in a minute, and enjoy St. Louis Park girls basketball on Park 16 TV.
What's the best way to rebuild the Twin Cities neighborhoods most in need? You raise hope. You show homeowners that someone cares by volunteering or donating to Rebuilding Together. We are a nonprofit organization that provides critical home repairs, helping low-income families, seniors, and veterans stay safe, warm, and independent in their own homes. You can restore homes and pride in Twin Cities neighborhoods. Donate or volunteer at Rebuilding Together Twin Cities.
We're back in St. Louis Park, where tonight the Lady Orioles are hosting the Columbia Heights Highlanders. And the Orioles are down 18-21. And the starting lineup looks like is back out for the Orioles. Whoop. So Resnick, I'm sorry?
No, I was just going to say Lauren Resnick an inbound to start the second half here. Let's see if the Orioles can work it inside. It looks like another 2-3 zone they're going to start off with Columbia Heights against Park.
Well, I think the Highlanders really scouted the Orioles because they're sitting back in a 2-3, knowing that they're trying to pound it down low.
Right.
And there's a loose ball, and jump ball goes to the Highlanders. That Schultz going down to the floor with Leibelt.
Well, and even though Leibelt, who started the game, is still in there on the right wing on the backside of the 2-3, if she gets her 4th foul, they're just going to pull Bourne right in anyway, and then you've got more of a height advantage as well. So
it's a good call, John. So 17:43. Oh, wide open was Dixon coming off the pick, and she's hawked by Henderson. Henderson all over her, creating chaos. Oh, a little flip pass. Who's she
got? One of these. A little push is being indicated here on Jane. I think that's her 4th foul, I believe.
And the interesting part on that is that it was the near ref calling it, and the away ref was right in front of it, didn't see it. I guess I'm not clear as to...
was it on Jane? Because I show that as her 4th foul, but they've only got...
Oh, and Jane gets the steal. See if she can stay in control. Oh, she had Caitlin. She holds it back. Resnick, top of the key, nobody on her. She finds Caitlin. Resnick over to Jane Henderson. She takes a dribble, and now we've got a double foul.
Double foul on
22, and that is Graham, and then Amy Schulz. So...
I know that referee's called a lot of fouls early on. I don't know if she saw something in the first half that she wants to nip in the bud. But
John, I haven't looked at the contract, John. Do they get paid by the call,
I think it's strictly on a commission basis.
Oh, a beautiful play. Resnick to Schultz on the inbounds play. They executed that nicely last night. Oh, and she throws it right in. Oh, good recovery. And Caitlin Pote checks it out. But I got to tell you, that was a terrible pass down to Thomas, but she managed to corral it in, and then Caitlin gave her a little poke check out. And now the Orioles are finding themselves down by 1 point, 21-20, 17-12 left in regulation. And that's Dixon. Oh, and now we're going to get a foul. Wow.
Well, that official really taking over the game boisterously. She's really advocating some more fouls. And
Leibelt with her fourth.
So she's got to come out of the game, and here comes Bourne right away.
And I got to tell you, John, I'd rather have Leibelt in there than Bourne.
Right, exactly. Take the foul away. Well, and you don't normally see an official be so demonstrative. That wasn't that way the first half, and she's just, these are absolutely fouls.
I'm not sure. You know what? Maybe the coaches have been riding her a little bit. I don't know. Oh, there's Skylar on the elbow. Skylar looks. She gives it back to Jane. Jane dribbles back, and she's going to reset. She tells Caitlin, go back to the right side. She finds Resnick on the left. Resnick looking in. It's not there. Henderson over to Ederer. Ederer back to Henderson. Oh, she had Resnick, and she just held on too long. And there's Amy on the baseline. She pump fakes. It's not there. Resnick. Uh-oh. Too high for Jane. Let's see if she can get it back. And that's Thomas corralling it. Thomas going in strong. Jane. Uh-oh.
That is for sure number 4 on Jane there. She had to contest that, though.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, as watching this, now here they'll show Jane coming in to cut off the angle. You know, she did get the ball, but she ended up getting the body as well. And Jane's going to find herself riding some pine here at the 16:38 mark. So now we've got 20-21, and this is Thomas shooting. Thomas missing the first. You know, Jane's really given it all, and I was glad to see her hustle back on that play.
There's a nice shot of Autumn in the game for Jane.
Yeah. Autumn Ballesteros checking in for Henderson at the 16:38 mark.
I was going to say, Mike, while we have a quick break, though, with the Highlanders sitting back in that 2-3, now that Bourne is in the game and you've almost got a twin towers set up on that back line, it'll be interesting what Coach Senchen, I think one of the things Park's got to look at is how they can run that, how they can get that girl open down there on the baseline. And when you're defending against the 2-3, a lot of times that baseline is open.
Just as you say that, Ballesteros finds Schultz in the corner, and Schultz nails that 12-footer. There's Dixon over to Thomas. Thomas, she lets one fly, and it's good. Only a 2-pointer. She shot it from inside the arc and ended up on the outside of the arc. So now it's 24-22 Highlanders. Ederer over to Ballesteros on the right. Autumn, she can't go over the top of that girl, and then she's going to get called for the foul. So it's either, let's wait and see. It's either on Autumn or Amy. Let's see what she says. She's walking all the way over to the board. 3-2.
So it is on Autumn.
Autumn, that's her second.
So Thomas not only sets herself well and hits the set shot on one end, but she makes, as she follows the play down the court, she makes a nice defensive sequence as well for the Heights.
That's a good call. Now Abigail Olsen checks in for Lauren Resnick.
I was going to say, though, in attacking that 2-3, I'd really like to see the Orioles spread out their wing players a little bit more, if possible, or at least one of them down on the baseline to try to generate an over-the-top cross-court pass, if possible, for an open 15-footer on the baseline, because that is one of the possibilities for finding a weak link in that defense.
That's an excellent call. So on that drive, it was Dixon going in, and she got stuffed by, it looked like Nagorski. Orioles come up with the rebound. I believe it was Autumn with the rebound, and now Autumn swings it over to Amy. Amy on the left side. That's Schultz to Ballesteros. Ballesteros over to Ederer.
Orioles continue to flash their two low post players are rotating, and here's a look down low and contested
Nagorski
by
Bourne.
Bourne.
She didn't have an angle. She still tried to force it out. Finds Schultz on the same spot she was last time.
That's her third
and she made it.
That's her third basket of the half already for Amy. 2 from down there on the baseline.
So Amy all of a sudden finds herself on fire. She's got the hot hand. We're 24-24. And that's Dixon. She's yo-yoing at the half-court line. She found Elefanda. She wide open. And Bourne goes over Nagorski's back. No call.
Good contest there that time by
And now
Skylar,
we've got numbers. Here we go. Autumn finds Abigail Olsen trouble with it, but she recovers nicely and gets the basket. The Orioles are now up by 2.
And that was really good hands by Abby, because that was a tough pass to handle. I don't think she thought she was going to get that initially.
No, and Autumn's been struggling with the over-the-top pass. And the only way to get it in now is the bounce pass, which was a good play. And then the Highlanders come right back.
Yep, and there you see number 11 hits the hoop.
That's Dixon.
Yep, her first.
Abby finds, that's Amy Scholes. Amy over to Ederer. There's Ballesteros inside the arc. She gets, I think it was blocked. Skylar gets a piece of it off Bourne, and it stays with the Orioles. And now we've got Lauren Resnick coming back in. So she got a quick drink, and she comes in for Skylar Nagorski, who's been very active underneath. Resnick usually throws it inbounds. There she is in the baseline. Here you can see Abigail Olsen making that quick basket.
Yeah, the pass from Autumn was down low and it was quick, and I don't think she thought she was going to get it, but luckily she had her hands low enough where she could catch that.
Yep. So now we've got that. We've got a high-low post. It's an interesting set where one goes to elbow, the other one goes to the low block.
Yeah, and then they switch.
There you go. Autumn finds Lauren. Lauren quickly down to Amy Scholes, wide open on the baseline. She can't hit from the right side this time. And we've got a couple people for the rebounds, and now they're pressing. And that's Afanlada. She gets it over to Dixon. Ooh, but she picked it up. And Lauren pushes her to the baseline. And no good. And Caitlin gets it. Caitlin struggles. She goes to the floor. She goes to the floor with Thomas, and they're going to call it jump ball. Possession arrow going to the Highlanders.
So we're knotted at 26 with 13:40 remaining. And just like you did last night, a great game. Make sure if you've got a friend that follows the girls team or the park program, make sure you let them know to tune in, give them a call, and flip this game on. Tell them to be watching.
Oh, wide open, and Resnick with a good box out. She gets her, and Dixon was kind of riding her like a cheap pony. Resnick looks up quickly, and over to Schultz. Schultz inside. Oh, Autumn finding, nice play, beautiful play. So that was Abigail Olsen finding a cutting Caitlin Ederer, and Amy Scholes is asking to come out of the game, but I don't think Coach saw it. She was pulling on the jersey. I think she's tired.
A little bit gassed here. We're about 5 minutes in the second half. Real entertaining second half so far. Real high energy. Love to see these ultra competitive games too, where the girls are really going hard at it. No.
So Bourne being hawked by Resnick. She finds Graham. Graham over to Thomas. Thomas getting hawked by Ederer.
Good contesting
and
there.
Look at the Orioles defense. They've aggressive man-to-man. There's Bourne down low. She's banging with Resnick.
Double team there.
Good drop down by Amy Schultz. Amy's all over her, and that was Graham picking it up, and they find Thomas underneath, and I think Caitlin from behind. She was out of position, and that's going to be foul number, is that 2 on Ederer? Let's see. They're going to give her 2 shots. I can see that for sure. 15 foul on the Orioles.
That was on Resnick.
Oh, Resnick.
Okay.
I didn't see Resnick in there. I thought it was 23, not 33. But that'll be third on Resnick with the 12:45 mark.
Well, and I was going to say, what a beautiful entry pass to create that opportunity for these free throws down low by them. And Lauren's got a tough responsibility in the defensive end here. She's trying to match up one-on-one in some of these defensive scenarios.
Here's the replay, and I think what you're going to find out, I think Resnick did come over and knock her down. Yeah, I didn't see it from my angle, so I correct my call, and I defer to the Zebras.
Well, and just as I mentioned that, Lauren was covering Bourne the last 2 sequences on the defensive end, but Park substituted as well here, and we'll see Lauren's probably going to switch back defensively on somebody else because Skylar re-entered the game, so Park's kind of got their 2 big girls in there.
Well, and I think we should call out too that Resnick left her man to go help.
Yeah.
And she, by coming over a little late, she gets the foul. Oh, Abby goes to the floor. She gets picked clean. Here comes Graham. Graham has Thomas. Oh, good play, hustle play by the senior captain, Jane Henderson.
And I thought that went off Jane's hand, but Carol Paterka not too happy because.
And she's on the floor. That could be a technical.
The official saying that ball was hit out of
bounds.
Here we go. Watch this play again. I thought for sure it went off Jane, but
take a look, and Jane, maybe from that angle, it looked from our angle that should have been Highlander basketball. Oh, Nagorski brings it down. Here you go. It's Henderson to Resnick. Resnick looking in.
Like to see him flash it over here to Autumn on the weak side.
Sometimes I think they have a hard time seeing Autumn because she hides behind some of these bigger girls.
Right.
Oh, there she goes. And she's getting, and there's a foul.
Oh, she got bailed out. She tried to split the double team. It was a nice double team. I'll tell you, you can see it's a really contested game. Not some unhappiness out there. There's number 22 for the Highlanders.
Yeah, that's Graham.
Happy Graham there on that foul. And that is on Graham.
Yep.
And that's her third as well.
So now we've got some substitutions, and we've got Schultz and Ederer back in, and Tim Senshin's really increased his frequency of substitution. Oh, and there's that play again. Oh, and unfortunately,
Jane flash by Amy again to the baseline. I think that's her 4th attempt on the baseline of the half as well.
Well, she's cutting to the block. Oh, and that's a carry. There we go. They call double dribble.
Yep.
On that play, Amy had a good angle at it. Unfortunately, she didn't get the backboard that she needed. She really needed to carom that off the backboard. Now you see the drive. That's Dixon with the double dribble, and Orioles quickly bring it over the timeline. Ederer on the right side. Ederer looking, and she takes her dribble. Now she skip past to Henderson and over her head. And these are unforced errors, John, that you just can't have.
And she had Jane about 2 seconds previously when Graham was flashed down on the backside of the 2-3 on the baseline, because Jane was open wide then, but then Graham flashed up and cut that angle out of that pass, so she had to go high with the cross court.
Big pick by Ifanlada, and then out of bounds, and that'll be Highlander ball. So now Resnick got a drink, and she's quickly back up again. So giving Lauren about 20, 30 seconds, and she's back. And you can see, I imagine...
A lot of the girls are getting gassed, too. I mean, this is the second game in 2 nights, 2 ultra-competitive games with an overtime yesterday. The good news for the Orioles, though, is they're playing 8 players and really only 6, possibly 7 being used for the Highlanders. So maybe some wear and
good
tear.
block by Resnick. She boxes out. She goes to the floor, and that should be a foul on number 11. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
That's on Dixon. So a good hustle play by Resnick. Gets the box out. She had position, and then she gets fouled. Here you can see the play again. So Resnick comes over, and she taps the ball on the way up from Graham. Then she gets she battles for the rebound, and ball will go to the Orioles. Now,
nice entry pass. And Bourne's going to get saddled with one there. Some foul trouble mounting for the Highlanders as Graham's got 3 as well. Highbelt with 4, and that was the 3rd foul on Dixon, and that's the 2nd on Bourne. So we'll see if the Orioles can capitalize on that.
And I don't think they recorded that. Oh, there it is. Now it's on. So now, they look for Resnick in the corner. She doesn't have time to set, so she sets it back out to Ederer. Ederer yo-yoing. She's controlling the tempo. Orioles up 28-27. 11 minutes left in the regulation. And that's Schultz to Ederer. Ederer finds Resnick. Oh, she passed it a little behind her, so Resnick couldn't set her feet. Oh, Caitlin cuts to the elbow. Now she dribbles into traffic and traveling.
And she had Abby on the weak side, but unfortunately she dribbled into the double team and wasn't able to see that Abby was open for the finish over there.
She just couldn't see it. So now we've got, what are we doing? Throwing it in. So Peturka calling the play from the sideline, and Dixon coming in. Many of you might remember Peturka playing for the Gophers. She was a standout. I believe she's 7th on the all-time scoring list.
Right.
Long shot for Dixon. No good. And there's Olsen, and she pushes it up. And here comes Ederer. She's got a 1-on-2. She finds a way. And they're going to get her for traveling. Yep.
Yeah, the pivot foot did move, but a good defensive sequence stopped it there. But like to see the Orioles pushing the ball that time. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, you got it. You have to do this. Let's bring the tempo to them. Now, I will tell you, John, that this is the first time in a while that the Orioles have brought the press off. They're going to sag back down into a 2-3 and maybe catch their wind.
Yeah.
Also, I think because the Highlanders haven't hit many outside shots. Oh, there's Resnick on a steal. She power dribbles, and then there's going to be a foul on Graham.
Huh. Well, I tell you what, if that is on Graham, that's her 4th as well. So both Seabelt and Graham are going to be saddled with 4 fouls. Is it on 22?
Yep.
Yes, it is. So both 20 and 22, Graham and Seabelt with 4 fouls. So we'll see what Coach Peturka does. She's got a really limited bench to work with over there.
Actually, John, what I'd like to see is how Coach Tim Senchen is if he's going to attack those girls.
Right,
this is something that we shouldn't let him off the. Ooh, Resnick had it.
Yeah,
she
I'd
gave
like
it
to
up.
see the dump down low
There we go. Resnick dribble. She flings up a shot. That's Skylar Nagorski with the offensive rebound, and then Schultz brings it in. She pulls up for the 8-footer, and she makes it.
I believe that's her 4th basket of the half, as Amy's got 10 or 12 on the day already. So great job.
A good night by offensively by Amy, stepping it up.
What a half so far for her.
Every night the Orioles have brought somebody different. Last night it was Resnick. Tonight it's Schultz. Oh, and Skylar didn't box out Ifanlada, and she goes up but didn't use the backboard. Skylar picks it up, and off to the races. Resnick up to Schultz. Schultz coming in. Oh, she had Caitlin Ederer wide open, didn't see her underneath. Decides to hold it back. Resnick back to Schultz, back to Resnick. They're going to play catch. Resnick, and there's a swipe, and that's going to be a foul. That should be the bonus, John.
It should. That's the 2nd. They have really been saddled with a lot of personals this half. I think that's 7 already in the half. Yeah, 7 already. But you're right. Columbia Heights still has 22 Graham in there. We'll see if the Orioles can run something off the low block or run something off the elbow to take it at her and get her out of the game.
So Lauren on the line, shooting a 1-and-1. 9:22 left. Orioles up by 3. Basket is good. Nice. So Resnick continues her hot hand. I believe she was 6 for 7 last night shooting at the line.
And it was a bugaboo earlier in the year, and it's nice to know that they've obviously spent a lot of time with it.
Tim's been working with the girls, and actually assistant coach Massey has also been working with the girls on their free throws. Resnick. And no, she couldn't get that one to fall. Oh, Abigail Olsen keeps it alive. Resnick goes to the floor, and there's a fall. 22, and is she out of the game?
And Lauren's aggressiveness caused that girl to fall out there. Literally, Lauren not only took the free throw, but it rolled off, but then she busted to the left side. Paul, I don't know if you have that replay there, but Graham just fouled out of the game, and she's going to be so mad at herself, that young lady right there, because the free throw shooter ends up getting the rebound in that scenario because Graham didn't block her out, and I'll tell you.
A couple things I'd like to point out there. You're right. The blockout was key, and whoever was standing next to Lauren at the free throw line, those two girls in those third positions, it's their responsibility to talk to each other and say, who's got the shooter? John, do you have the shooter or do I have the shooter? And even both of them can box her out, but you never want that to happen. And Resnick just showing good hustle and not giving up on the play. And, with Lauren's physicality, you're going to be hard-pressed knocking her down. So it was a good battle between Graham and Resnick, and Resnick ends up on the top side.
Well, and you talk about a double-edged win there. Lauren makes the first free throw. She misses the second. It rolls off casually to the left side. But when she works around the weak side and gets the rebound, and Graham commits her fifth foul, Lauren's going back to the free throw line to try to extend this 4-point lead and bring it to 6. And now Carol Paterka's talking to her staff over there, trying to figure out what she's going to do, because she's going to probably put Seabelt back in the game, but she's also got 4 already.
Is that Liebelt?
Liebelt, excuse me. And so another chance for us to take another one of the Highlanders out. They've only even played really 6 girls tonight, so you can really come at a weak link if you can get.
And remind me again, you had is Liebelt the other one with 4 fouls? You're saying okay, so they've got so if they can attack her, I would say Orioles. There's no need to really force any crazy shots. I know there's 9 minutes left, but if they can play smart with the lead, and now we've got a brand new player checking in. That's number 24, Kiesling. Kiesling is a 9th grader, so a lot of pressure coming in late in the game, and with really no warm up at all.
And let's hope her first name isn't cognizant of what might happen. Her first name is Destiny.
Oh.
So maybe it is her destiny to play tonight.
Let's hope not. And Resnick is short on the front side of that 1-on-1. Abigail Olsen goes. And Orioles will remain with the ball. So Abby saved that one.
And you know what? That was really a tough play to get a jump ball on, because the two big girls pinched in, and Abby just barely could get her hands in there to force the jump.
It was good possession. So Resnick quickly into Schultz. Ederer, she had Resnick wide open on the wing, and they kept it on that left side. So now Ederer at the top. Resnick swings through. Here comes Schultz at the high post flat down to the low side. And that's Abigail Olsen. She can't convert. Abby goes to no, she doesn't. And then, well, we had a couple girls go to the floor. And nobody jumped in. I think they're calling a jump ball. That was Nagorski and Afonlada. And Highlanders get possession. So at the 8:59 mark, Orioles are up by 4, 31-27. And that's Dixon bringing it up. She's got a smile on her face. She seems to be happy to be here.
Well, and she's going to have to take a big role here. She's got 3 fouls. But Nini's their leading scorer as a freshman. And we'll see what 24 Kiesling just into the game. She's flashing low back and forth on the baseline.
And you've got Ederer battling with Afonlada, and that's Thomas with the long shot, and it's out.
Was it a 3 that she was fouled on, or was it a 2?
Skylar didn't let her come down. Let's see what they're calling. That's we were hit with that last night. The Orioles got hit with that same call, and earlier in the year it was happening more, and I think they coached through it.
Nice cross-court pass that time.
Yep. So
Thomas launches, and is it 3?
Oh, you know what? It wasn't
active shooting, so
and not in the bonus yet, John.
It was only the 6th foul on Park, so really a big break. I thought it might have been 3 free throws. Same spot. That is a 3,
and no good. And Resnick chases it down to the corner. She gets boxed, and then
nice
quickly
work giving it up, Lauren there.
So here we go, Caitlin over the timeline, and they don't have to shoot. They can work it. Clock is at 8:26. And they're going to run a play. Let's see if they go that high-low again. I kind of like the look. That's a new play for the Orioles. And they tried to force it in. Amy throws it away, trying to go to Autumn, and that's Caitlin down on 24. And then Autumn with another steal on Kiesling.
Yeah, Destiny gave that up for the Highlanders, and Autumn steps right in and does what she does best with her quick, aggressive play on the ball.
And that's still not there. In the same play, only this time it's Autumn throwing it away. And the Orioles are really struggling. And now Skylar, after getting a quick drink, she's going to come back in the game. She's at the scorer's table. And now they're going to run, the Highlanders bringing it in. Oh, she goes high up to Bourne. Bourne, Resnick guarding her. She's going nowhere. Thomas flings up a three, no good. And that's Ederer with the rebound.
Nice block out. Beautiful job by Caitlin on the rebound there.
You know, I will tell you, John, after watching this, the Orioles seem like they're a little more fundamentally sound, and the Highlanders just seem like they're playing a little more of a street aggressive play. And you know, on the loose balls, it's now instead of going it to the hustle, it's going to the girl that's in the position.
Nice entry pass down low as a little give and go. Good cross, good ball movement back and forth.
Good patience by the Orioles. That's 6 passes in a row, and they're just going to continue to work.
Yeah,
and Abby wasn't even looking. Lauren with a beautiful pass.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Abby just got confused, but she clearly wasn't looking for the ball.
So Carol Paterka running something here. She's going to call a timeout here.
Timeout.
She's a little confusion on her end, and probably a good thing. Her team down by 4, 7 minutes remaining. She's got some girls that are tired as well, as does Coach Senshin. But you know, you mentioned that Park likes to press a lot, and
actually they don't. Park has not pressed, but tonight they've actually
tonight
been,
they were.
They've been,
yeah,
and you know
then
what?
they stopped.
And I like it. I like the activity, you know, just the activeness. I'm sorry I got distracted. I just noticed girls softball coach Al Wahutka is now in the gym talking over to one of the old alumni, Arsenio.
Is that Arsenio Hall over there?
No.
I didn't know he went to Park. But yeah, Al, class of 79, he's the softball coach, and Lauren is one of the main pitchers for the softball team, and boy, they're going to be going in another month or so here.
Yeah, they've already been having captain's practices, and you know, they during the off time, the girls are in the gym throwing a little bit.
On Sundays, if you want to take part.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on down. They start at noon, and they go till about 2:30.
Okay.
So let's loosen up those arms, girls, and get out and play St. Louis Park girls softball. All right. And you are in Oriole country. Okay, so Bourne down on the baseline. She's double teamed by Resnick and Olsen. Oh, there's a tip. Olsen can't get a hand on it. Resnick comes over to handle. And that's Kiesling. And Orioles are playing an aggressive 2-3 here. That's Dixon at the top. She swings it on to Kiesling. Kiesling tries to go baseline. Resnick, it looks like, gave her a little forearm shiver. Oh, and somehow Fonlada gets it.
That was traveling.
Oh, my goodness. And then a bucket by Thomas.
I tell you, Thomas loves that left-hand wing, but that was a real travel that was not called on that sequence.
You know, it's a little frustrating seeing how open Thomas has been the last few times, and we're fortunate she hasn't been able to make those shots, but until now.
I know. And because she loves that left wing, and she's probably attempted 6 shots from over there.
So the Orioles lead is down to 2, 31-29. Schultz dribbles into the corner. Resnick back to Schultz. She steps in. She fires. She makes it.
Wow, Amy Schultz, well, I think that's 10 or 12 for the second half just for her.
Amy's on fire, and so Schultz from Resnick. And Amy, it's fun to watch Amy and Lauren. They've been playing together since 5th grade travel, and it's really exciting to see them work together. Oh, and then the Highlanders quickly answer back. So 5 minutes, 40 seconds left. 33-31 Orioles.
Yeah, 33-31, and we'll see if the Orioles continue to go to the hot hand, and there's Amy Schultz with the ball.
I love the fact that they're looking for go to the hot. Resnick down to Skyler. Skyler didn't square up, but she goes back to Resnick. Resnick over to Schultz. Schultz over to Ederer. And they're going around.
Skyler's got a little bit of a height advantage if they can get it down.
Oh, look at Amy going right down the heart of the belly, and she gets blocked.
Bourne with a partial block on that one. And Thomas sitting over on that left wing looking for a cross-court pass. Let's see what happens here.
Excuse me. There we go. Afonladad goes right through the top 2. She goes high off the backboard. She kicks it out to Thomas. Thomas, good, and that's a 3 this time.
Boy, you know what? You got to really tip your hat there. Defonlada goes with a left-hand dribble drive, goes hard off the glass, but aggressively gets her board, and then the kick out there.
Yeah, they didn't box her out at all. No. And the high, hard basket, it resulted in a long rebound. So Eder on the wing, and now the Orioles find themselves down by 1. Here's Resnick. Resnick tries a 3-pointer. Oh, in and out. And Zagorski, and she hangs on, and there'll be a jump ball. Possession will stay with the Orioles. And somebody's hurt.
I tell you what, Skyler battled so hard that even though the Defonlada has the size and strength advantage, or possibly the weight and strength advantage, you see the sequence on the last part, and that Thomas has really fired up a lot of engines, or a lot of pistons have been firing in her cylinders in the second half.
So let's see if they get the play off. Here we go in the corner. That's Henderson. She's going to fire a 3. In and out. It's no good on the back of the rim. And then and there's going to be a foul on Abby.
Yeah, a little reach in there on Abby. I don't mind that shot at all, though. Jane was pretty square to the hoop. And here's Carol Paterka going to send in Liebelt. She's going to relieve Destiny Kiesling, who gave them a few sharp minutes off the bench. So number 20 in the
yep.
game for the Highlanders, and we're going to have
the 10th grader replaces the 9th grader, and it looks like we're in the bonus now. So we got a substitution. That's Ballesteros in for Resnick at the 4-minute 30-second mark in regulation. We've got 4:30 left. Orioles down by 1, and this is Afonlada shooting 1-1, and she makes the first.
We should mention too, Mike, while I have this just for a second, that the Orioles Jane has 4 fouls, and then Lauren and Abby have 3, and that's really about it for foul trouble at this point.
That's a good call. Oh, wait. And there's a late violation.
And a wave off there, as they say that Bourne was in early, and that is waved off that foul shot.
So did they take the point back? It's a 2-point lead?
Yeah, it was 34-33. She made the first one, and then even though she made the second one, they took it off.
There we go. So Autumn, nice pass into Abby. Abby brings it down low, and she gets poke checked. They got to keep the ball high on that. Oh, and here comes Thomas, uncontested. She makes the left-handed layup.
She went to the left hand, too, which was smart on her end. So nice job.
And the Orioles are finding themselves in a little bit of a pickle here, 33-37, and nothing is going smoothly right now for them. They've had to work very hard for everything. Here's Autumn from the wing. She fires. She makes the basket. So Autumn Ballesteros makes it from Jane, and we've got a timeout, a 30-second timeout by St. Louis Park. So, John, it's 3:56 left in the game. Orioles down by 2. And here you can see Autumn just inside the 3-point line, and she nails it. Autumn's coming off her season high last night of 6 points, making all 6 from the charity stripe.
And she's got a couple of shots tonight. Second half keys, just wanted to throw this out. Halftime, Thomas only had 2 points and 1 foul for the Highlanders, but in the second half, she's got 10 points for them. And she's matched as well by Amy for the Orioles, as Amy only had 2 points at halftime, and I believe she has 12 or 13 right now. So really good. Each player has played a great half for their respective teams, and that's been a big part in each team really
balancing
going at each other.
Sure.
What they didn't provide in the first half, they've added to their team's second half. So
that's a great call.
Yeah.
So now we had a substitution in between there. I believe Olsen's sitting out now, and that's Skylar Nagorski back in. Skylar leads the team in rebounds, so let's see if she can do it. And actually, Abigail Olsen's had quite a few rebounds tonight. So the bigs for St. Louis Park have been much more active tonight, and that's what they need, especially in this free shooting team. So now Orioles have to come out and play. Dixon wide over to Thomas, who's got the hot hand.
Oh, nice entry pass.
Entry pass. And Afonlada makes it, and the Islanders have all of a sudden become extremely hot. This happened last time the Orioles played them. They had a big lead in the game, and then the Islanders started chucking up long shots, and they were going in. Oh, there we go. Schultz finds Nagorski, kicks it back out to Henderson. Henderson, she gets deflected, her pass. There we go, Ballesteros, and Schultz is running the baseline.
Yeah, Amy was open down there on a flash on the baseline, but Autumn didn't see her.
There we go.
Amy's really hustling, flashing all over the place.
Yep, and they're looking to pound it down low. Here we go. Jane's not even squaring up. There we go. Now she goes left. We got to get these girls to square up and see both sides. Here we go. Jane over to Ederer. Ederer, right side. She's got inside. There we go. Ballesteros into Schultz. She had somebody down low. Audie missed the shot and unfortunately didn't hit anything, and it goes wide. And now we're going to have substitutions again. So we've got Olsen and Resnick coming back in, and she's coming, and Audie and Skylar Nagorski go out.
A lot of substitution. We're only at 2:44 remaining, as you see De La Fonda on the last sequence. Back and forth, the last 3 possessions, you've had Thomas and De La Fonda going back and forth with hoops, as the two of them have worked the left side of the court together. De La Fonda flashes at the post there and then gives it back to Leibelt.
Good call. So here's Dixon at the top, and I think what you're going to see now is they're just going to work it. They've got a 4-point lead, and Jane almost had the gap. She shot it a little too late. Here we go, Dixon. She's got elbows out like chicken wings, and she can't make it. And there we go, off to the races. Oh, here we go, Caitlin Ederer.
2-on-1.
Let's see if she goes in strong. Oh, and she gets pounded. Oh, and she calls it travel. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and I think De La Fonda had some position there, and it momentarily just kind of scared her in terms of she thought she was going to get the personal whistle down. And watch the sequence here. De La Fonda set herself there.
Yep, she didn't move.
She went vertical.
So on that play, I'd like to see Caitlin cross over, either go to the left hand or stop and pop. If she can do a jump stop there, take the easy shot from about 6 feet. Caitlin's very capable of making that shot, and unfortunately, we're just getting it too deep before we make our decision. So now the Orioles find themselves down by 4, 39-35, 2 minutes and 6 seconds left here from Oriole Arena.
As Ice Baby is is
too
played
cold.
by the PA announcers, as they really are hoping to ice those Islanders. We should mention that this is the end of Snow Days week, as the dance is tomorrow night, and the Tri-Wizard tournament has been going on. We'll give you an update at the end of the game, so stick with us here on Channel 16 as we will announce who the final champions are.
Folks, you can't complain that you're not getting enough fun facts. All right.
Or useless trivia.
Yeah. Okay, so Lafonda goes over to Dick. Oh, Dixon tries to get Henderson riding her, and a blocking call.
That is 5
Yep.
on Jane. She wasn't set that time.
So
yeah.
Jane's going to go out, and that's Jane's 5th foul. So on senior night, Jane goes down with a great defensive effort. We want to congratulate her. Playing hard defense and putting in all the effort. Tim actually said she's the most improved player from the beginning of the season, so we've seen that especially with her free throws. She's always been a good defender, but this year she's stepped up with her free throws and she's got it to pay off. So Jane fouls out with 1 minute 57 seconds left. That puts Dixon on the line, and she's going to be shooting 1-1. And checking in for Jane is Autumn Ballesteros. Oh, the first one's good. She made the crucial one. So Dixon setting for the second one. She's extended the lead to 5, 40-35.
She's got 4 of her points from the free throw line so far.
And
Make
the second
it 5.
one is good. Second one's good. So Ederer into Resnick.
A 6-point advantage with only 1:50 remaining. We'll see what Park works here.
So Resnick over to Ederer. Caitlin looks back. She drops it into Resnick. We're going to need a shot quick here. They don't have a lot of time to... Oh, it finds Abigail Olsen cutting to the lane. She can't make the layup. Oh, and that's Liebelt, and Liebelt gets the rebound to Dixon, and now they're going to work some clock.
I like the duck under move there. Just too hard off the glass. Didn't go for Park.
Yeah, we're going to have to pressure the ball now. There's Amy. Amy's going to give her a little bump, and that's Lafonda. She finds Dixon. Dixon Hawk. A good switch. Oh,
yeah.
and Autumn Ballesteros on her. And here's Thomas. Resnick tried to give Thomas a little shiver. She can't get it. And they're going to have to do something quick, John. We're at the 1 minute and 14-second mark. Abby gives her a little hand check. And there's Resnick with the swipe. Oh, it is off white. A good play by Resnick.
Lauren slapped down on it. That was really nice. Lauren slaps down on it and causes it to go off Thomas's foot out of bounds. So 33 comes up with a nice play. Orioles down 6, a minute 9 to go here. So we'll see what the Orioles run here.
Resnick and Ederer are the top 3-point shooters on the team. Let's see. Oh, and Caitlin dribbled the defender right into her.
Like to get it down to Amy quick here.
Well, there we go. Abby flashes to the high post. She can't make it. Resnick tries to go over the back, and now we're down to 55 seconds. They really needed a basket there, and now it's still a 2-possession game.
And now Coach Sension calling for a foul.
We got to get somebody to foul. Get on her. There you go. Thomas she penetrates. That's Liebelt. Liebelt dribbles. She kicks it back out. Lafonda. Oh, there you go. Oh, Audie almost got the Dixon. She's just hanging on.
And now Audie's going to get...
Oh. It's funny. I thought we had a foul earlier than that, and they didn't call it. And then that one looked like a ticky-tack, and they gave it to her.
Right. So, but the Highlanders were able to run off 25 seconds there. Good discipline by Columbia Heights there. Up 6, Thomas with the ball, driving towards the middle. She could have taken an 8-footer probably, or even a 6-footer. But it wasn't a super high percentage shot, so she gave it up. And
it wasn't.
There
was a smart play. The smart play is to work the clock. You've got, she's got a 6-point lead, and if she misses that, the Orioles have a chance to come down and do something. This way, they ran a few more ticks off the clock, and Orioles are here, finding themselves down 6 points, 35.4 seconds left, and it's time. They need to nail some shots.
And just a reminder that before we, why don't we flash that graphic up as you take a look at the Oriole Huddle. If you do want to order a copy of tonight's game, or ever just watch any of the activities and shows that are on any of the St. Louis Park cable stations, go to ParkTV.org. That's ParkTV.org. I think everybody in their right mind must know that website by now. Or you can call Paul at that number. He's the director, the man that works along with Misty every night. And there's also hundreds of on-demand shows. I think there's almost 300 shows now on the on-demand library.
It's great, and quite a few on high definition.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, we were thrilled to have that little tribute to Carly Christensen that Paul was able to put together for one of the hockey games and do for the girls' game. So 35 seconds, Highlanders at the foul line, up by 6 here as Carol Paterka with one of the biggest orange boards and clipboards I've ever seen for a coach. So she was diagramming some stuff up there for the Highlanders.
Dixon shooting 1-1. She makes the first one, extends that lead. So now it's a 7-point lead. second of 2. And it's good. You know, it's almost a set shot. Fundamentally, not the cleanest shot, but it goes in. It's effective. So Caitlin looking for Resnick. Resnick quickly back to Ederer. Ederer, no one's looking to shoot. There you go. Ederer finally drives, and she makes it. And now there's a timeout. So 37-43, and that's the kind of play that, you know, you were hoping that the Orioles would have had sooner. And, you know, we really miss a little bit of that penetration by Mara not being in the game. Mara was good at penetrating against those gaps. And I know Tim likes to see the girls really attack the gaps in the zone and cause the defense to react. And that time they collapsed.
I was going to say, as you take a look at Coach Senchen there, who's a longtime assistant at Hopkins, I know he's given an aggressive stance. He's probably talking about, let's make sure we foul immediately. Let's not run even 5 seconds off the clock if we can't make that inbound steal immediately. Because although it's a 6-point game, in theory, that's really tough to count on 2 threes. You're almost looking at a 3-possession game right now.
Yeah, I know he's really demanding some intensity by the girls, and he's really stressed that all year. Oh, we're getting a count now. The referee has put it in. There's 1, 2. She's on her 3rd second. Get it in. There. Abby steals it. She had somebody underneath. She goes in for the layup. She misses the layup. Ederer with the rebound, and she gets fouled. Oh, Abby had a big opportunity. First of all, I want to acknowledge the great steal, and then secondly, you know, the hustle play. Here she is attacking the basket. She actually had Caitlin on the low block. If she would have dropped that little bounce pass, it would have been an easy bucket. But we end up, Caitlin made a good hustle offensive rebound. She finds herself on the line, 20 seconds left. And Caitlin makes it. So again, we've got some sportsmanship going on over here on the Columbia Heights side of the court. And Caitlin's going to shoot the second of 2. So 38-43, 20.6 seconds on the ticker. Caitlin. Oh, she feathers it in nicely, and Caitlin closes the lead to 4, and they're having a hard time. LaFonda's there. Oh, and Abigail gets it again. And, are they going to call her for a foul?
I think barely on the arm there. Born and her exchanging some words there.
Oh, there we go.
Boy, some bad blood there. And I tell you what, you know, she went really hard for that ball. Absolutely. Abby went really hard for it.
You know,
maybe she just got a small part of her arm there.
I got to tell you, John, it looked like the possession was a tie.
Yeah. Well, nice job on the trap after the 2 made free throws. And I believe that's the 10th foul for Park, so we're going to have the double bonus here. So.
And I don't know if Bourne's been to the line yet tonight, has she?
No, I believe she is 0 for 0.
So we haven't seen her technique, and she makes it.
The freshman able to knock one down at a key crunch time here.
Very poised. You know, with the changing in the conferences, this might be the last time the Highlanders and the Orioles play each other.
Yeah, let's talk about that after the game.
And basket is good. So now it's 45-39. Resnick quickly up to Ballesteros. 17 seconds. She finds Caitlin. Caitlin drives. She goes into 2. She can't get it. She's stuck, and they're going to call her for a travel.
Yeah, I think she might have got whistled for the elbow there otherwise, as she kind of dribbled into the double team, unfortunately.
Yep.
Only 12 seconds remaining.
Yeah, the ref on the baseline called her for travel. Here, Ilfonda throws in it. Abby, another steal. She finds Caitlin this time. Caitlin can't find it, and a push. Oh, my goodness.
I'll tell you what, if Park would have been able to make just a couple of those baskets in the last few minutes, we'd be down to the wire and you'd be talking another overtime again, Mike, I think.
Well, another nice hustle play by Abby, and I was glad she was looking up the floor and found Caitlin underneath for the easier shot. So 9.2 seconds left. Orioles find themselves down by 6. Caitlin, and she feathers it in.
And that's a great apt description. She's made all 4 of her charity tosses today, and I think she's got 14 points now on the day, or 12 on the day. She
stays aggressive. And some cat calls over here from the Columbia Heights side. Oh, and she misses that one. Abby tips it out, and oh yeah, she was off Abigail. She did follow the shot nicely. So let's see. So Abby's been doing a nice job of sealing Bourne. Now Bourne's going long. Now she's coming back, and there it is. Oh, Amy gets a nice tip. Amy saves it in the corner. Quickly under to Caitlin. Caitlin goes up, and they're fouled again. Oh, if we could make some of these free throws, we'd be in business.
Well, all we need to do here is make both charity tosses, then steal the inbound and hit a 3, and we're going to overtime.
We're money. So 3.8 seconds on the clock.
Kind of
45,
like John Anderson in the 80 state quarterfinal
St.
against
Paul
St. Paul
Central. Yeah,
like,
Ricky Sutton. No, who was it? Was it Ricky
at
Sutton?
Met Center, remember that? Yeah.
And basket's
All right,
good.
there's
So
the first one.
So Caitlin is coming. This is similar to what Caitlin did the other night against Blake.
Now, if she hits this, does Coach Sension have one timeout remaining? I forget where we're at for the timeout.
I thought he had a 30. He looks. Uh-oh, there we go. And basket is good.
All right, so 3
and there
points
it is.
if Park can
and now Columbia Heights calls the timeout.
So Caitlin's foul shooting, a big recipe here in the end. And I'll tell you what, the Highlanders really kind of a little bit buckled under the pressure on some of these made free throws. That's on the last 4 times I think Park's entered, or Columbia Heights has passed the ball in after a made free throw or basket. 3 turnovers off of that. So.
And I like to draw your attention to the fact that for some reason they have Fonlada throwing it in, and she wasn't throwing it in earlier in the game. Maybe you have a point guard. Somebody who handles the ball should be throwing it in. You have Fonlada set a pick for somebody, free them open. At least you get it in bounds. And right now, every pass she's made, it's been at least 15 feet or more, John. And that's not the ideal pass when you're being pressed like the Orioles are doing to them. And I really like to see this pressure that the Orioles have done tonight. They've really pressed.
Yeah, it's a real positive. A lot of positive things to build off of.
I agree. A lot of activity, a lot of action, creating some chaos, and that's what Tim wants us to do on defense. They have another defense, a buzz defense that they've been working on a little bit, and certain cases they've been able to use that effectively. And now you can see they're back setting up for the press. So the Orioles beat the Highlanders back out onto the floor. And here we go. They're going to drop the ball again. Nope.
Yeah, 3.8 remaining, down 3.
So, and Fonlada throwing
bonus.
Fonlada throwing it. She's going baseball style. Here comes Caitlin. She tips it. Oh, but Dixon gets it. And there's a foul with 1.7 seconds left. And Tim is pleading for a call.
Almost a steal in that scenario. Almost.
Yep.
But you're going to have 2 free throws here because we're in the double bonus. Really, if she hits 1, it's over, and then you can just pack it in. But if she does miss 2, maybe a desperation heave.
Yeah, it's going to be a long shot. Now the Highlanders are pulling everybody back.
Carol's just pulling them all practically off the court.
And she's doing this, John, because she doesn't want a silly foul.
There's just no reason.
And there's the basket, so that extends it to 4, 42-46. And the Orioles are going to have to come up with something extra special with 1.7 seconds on the clock. She makes the second, 47-42. Abigail Olsen rolling it in. Quick roll. Resnick getting it up. She cleaves a long one and just short. So final score tonight, your Highlanders 47, Orioles 42. And John, it's funny. This was a very winnable game for the Orioles. And but again, much like their first contest in the Highlanders arena, it was a very sloppy game.
Well, yeah, and it's interesting. As we were going through the game, I was thinking about different things that I wanted to bring up afterwards. And one of the big things that, St. Louis Park had a really difficult time getting a lot of interior points, especially in the first half, where Columbia Heights ended up in the game getting, I think 14 points from Ilandrida. And then they also got 8 points from the Bourne off the bench. They're 2 big girls, as the Highlanders, as you see, go to 7-14 on the season. It'll be interesting. St. Louis Park really, one thing I loved was the unselfish play of the Orioles. There must have been 10 or 12 possessions where Park passed the ball 7 or 8 or even more times.
Yep.
I mean, there was a lot of give and goes. St. Louis Park wasn't able to get a lot on the baseline tonight against the 2-3, but they did a really nice job in the second half with Amy Schultz flashing from the elbow down to the baseline, running the baseline, and I love the aggressive play. I think, you throw the records out here. This is the youngest team in Minnesota. I'm pretty sure of that in St. Louis Park. They're going to do nothing but improve as the girls practice this summer. They've got 3 more games, I think, next week on the road, and then the playoffs coming. And I don't know, it's just been a lot of fun. We've really had 3 great games we've called, too. I hope everybody gets a copy of these 3 games. That's part of the Park family, and I hope Paul will air a lot of these games as we enter into the summer months, too.
And I think there's a slight correction on that graphic. I think that brings the Orioles' overall record to 4-18. They were 3-17 going into last night's game, and they won last night, bringing them 4-17, and then losing tonight 4-18. So just a slight correction there, but can't say enough about the girls' effort tonight. The girls that were in there are really giving it their all. It just was a little sloppy, and still the Orioles are hoping to find games where they can put two good halves together. They seem to be having one really strong half, and then the other half they struggle. And again tonight, as last night, the first half they've had some shooting woes. So go ahead.
And I was going to say too, I had Caitlin with 14 points for the Orioles on 4 baskets as well. And we mentioned Amy Schultz having a great second half. She only had, I believe, 2 at halftime, and I think she ended up with 13, if my St. Louis Park math is correct here. You mentioned it was senior night, and some special memories for Jane Henderson and also for Tammy. Glad that we were able to capture that. This is Mike and my last game of the year, unless we're called into emergency duty for one of the boys' games, which keep those cards and letters coming. If you like the Mike and John show and you want to see more of it, let Paul know, because our contract's almost up, so we need some time to renegotiate. So.
Well, I can't thank you enough, John. I want to thank Paul and Misty and Ellie tonight, our intern.
Yeah.
We can't thank you. We really have a very solid crew that helps us with these broadcasts. And again, thank you all for tuning in to ParkTV 16. And we hope to have more games in the future. And again, John, I want to thank you for joining me. It's been a lot of fun.
Look forward to next year, and hopefully you and I can be reunited in baseball and softball season a few times. I'm looking forward to that. And come on out and watch the boys and girls in the next couple weeks. And from St. Louis Park High School, I'm John Fromm along with Mike Resnick. Thanks for being with us, and have a good night, everybody.
Good night.